Imagine a family so vast it numbers over 1.4 billion people. The Han Chinese, the largest ethnic group on Earth. Their presence is felt in every corner of China, from the bustling metropolises to the quiet rural villages, shaping the nation's identity and influencing the world beyond its borders. Their story is a cornerstone of human civilization, marked by innovations like paper, gunpowder, and the Silk Road. These achievements not only transformed China, but also left an indelible mark on global history, fueling trade, communication, and cultural exchange across continents. But how did this immense population come to be? For centuries, we relied on ancient texts and artifacts for answers. Scholars pored over dusty manuscripts and unearthed relics, piecing together fragments of a vast and intricate past. These sources offered glimpses of migrations, dynasties, and cultural fusion, but left many mysteries unsolved. The rise and fall of empires, the blending of cultures, and the movement of peoples were often shrouded in legend and incomplete records. Now, genetic science is transforming our understanding. With the advent of modern technology, we can look beyond what was written or built and delve into the very code of life itself. DNA analysis lets us peer back thousands of years, revealing epic migrations and surprising admixtures. It uncovers the hidden journeys of ancient peoples, tracing their footsteps across mountains, rivers, and plains. By sequencing Han genomes and comparing them to ancient remains, scientists are reconstructing a story hidden in our cells. Each genetic marker is a clue, each sequence a chapter in the ongoing saga of the Han people. This journey into genetic history connects today's Han to their distant ancestors, revealing the threads that bind them to the land and each other. It's a living legacy, passed down through generations, shaping identity and belonging. It's a testament to adaptation, technology, and the complex nature of human evolution. The Han story is one of resilience, innovation, and the ability to thrive in changing times. The story of the Han is written not just in stone, but in the spiraling language of DNA. Every cell carries echoes of ancient migrations, struggles, and triumphs waiting to be decoded. And we're only beginning to uncover its secrets. As science advances, so too does our understanding of who we are, and how the past continues to shape the present and the future. Our DNA is a living history book, a biological archive that holds the secrets of our origins, migrations, and the countless stories of those who came before us. Each strand is a record, not just of our individual lives, but of the collective journey of humanity across continents and millennia. It records the journeys and encounters of our ancestors, capturing the echoes of ancient footsteps as they crossed mountains, rivers, and vast plains in search of new beginnings. For the Han Chinese, recent genomic breakthroughs have illuminated a deep East Asian ancestry, confirming what archaeology and oral traditions have long suggested. These scientific advances allow us to peer further back in time than ever before, revealing connections that were once invisible. But the Han story isn't about a single isolated group, it's a tale of merging streams of different peoples coming together, their lives and lineages intertwining over thousands of years. Genetic evidence points to two key ancestral populations in ancient China, each contributing unique threads to the Han gene pool. These groups, once separated by geography and culture, gradually became part of a shared destiny. Over generations, these groups intermingled through migration, trade, and the rise of early states. The Silk Road and other ancient routes became highways for not just goods but for ideas, languages, and genes. Their once distinct genetic signatures gradually blended, forming the unified Han identity we recognize today. This process was slow, shaped by countless interactions, marriages, and shared experiences. Today, genetic clustering among Han in different provinces still echoes these ancient migrations, revealing subtle differences that trace back to those early days of mixing and movement. This genetic map aligns with historical records, giving us a dual-layered view of the past, one written in ink, the other in our very cells. Together, they tell a story that is both scientific and deeply human. We're not just reading history, we're seeing it written in the fabric of life, where every cell is a testament to survival, adaptation, and connection. The Han are a spectacular example of how human populations are shaped by admixture, by the coming together of diverse peoples, and the forging of new identities. Their origins are a mosaic, not a single point, a living tapestry woven from many sources, each adding its own color and pattern. DNA lets us trace these ancient footsteps with unprecedented certainty, connecting the dots between past and present, myth and reality. The story is richer and more complex than we ever imagined, reminding us that our shared humanity is built on a foundation of diversity, movement, and endless possibility. To trace Han origins, we journey back 9,500 years to two cradles of civilization, the Yellow River Basin and the West Liao River Basin. The Yellow River's millet farmers and the West Liao's unique cultures were distinct, yet related. For centuries these groups developed separately, adapting to their environments. Eventually their populations expanded, territories overlapped, and their DNA began to mix. This fusion created a new, shared genetic profile that spread across northern China. Today, subtle genetic variations among Han still reflect these ancient roots. The Han are a mosaic, forged from the merging of these foundational groups. The Yellow and West Liao basins were the crucibles of Han identity. The first humans in East Asia arrived around 60,000 years ago, spreading across the continent as hunter-gatherers. Their numbers grew slowly, limited by nature's resources. This ancient diversity became the raw material for future civilizations. These pioneers adapted to diverse environments, laying the groundwork for later population booms. Their genetic legacy is the deepest layer in the Han genome. Understanding this initial expansion sets the stage for the agricultural revolution to come. Without these early settlers, the Han story could never have begun. It was the dawn of a journey written in the oldest lines of their DNA. 9,000 years ago, the invention of agriculture in the Yellow and Yangtze valleys changed everything. Millet in the north, rice in the south, farming fueled a population explosion. Genetic data shows a dramatic surge, matching the archaeological timeline. As farmers expanded, they absorbed neighboring hunter-gatherers, spreading their genes and culture. This process, called demic diffusion, made the Han genetic profile dominant across China. The agricultural revolution powered the rise of villages, cities, and dynasties. It's why the Han are the world's largest ethnic group today. Farming was the engine of demographic transformation. A single innovation reshaped the genetic landscape of a continent. The Han story is inseparable from the story of agriculture. Mitochondrial DNA, passed exclusively from mother to child, is a unique genetic thread that traces our direct maternal ancestry through countless generations. Unlike other DNA, it remains largely unchanged as it moves down the maternal line, making it a powerful tool for uncovering the deep history of families and entire populations. In 2024, a groundbreaking study in Shandong province revealed that over 99% of Han maternal lineages are distinctly East Asian. This remarkable finding confirms the deep indigenous roots of the Han people, showing that their maternal ancestry has remained largely continuous in the region for thousands of years. 4 main mitochondrial haplogroups, D, F, A, and B, dominate among Han Chinese. These genetic branches reflect the ancient success, adaptation, and expansion of their ancestors, who spread across East Asia and left a lasting legacy in the DNA of modern populations. Yet hidden within this genetic landscape is a tiny presence of the European haplogroup X2. Its existence hints at rare but real ancient contact, likely facilitated by the vast trade networks, like the Silk Road, that once connected distant peoples and cultures across Eurasia. This minor European input doesn't alter the overall picture of Han ancestry, but it adds a layer of complexity and intrigue. It reminds us that even the most dominant genetic stories can have unexpected twists and subtle influences from afar. The Han maternal story is one of remarkable continuity, steady expansion, and subtle connections that span both time and geography. Generations have passed down their genetic legacy, shaping the population we see today. Genetics reveals not only the dominant narrative of indigenous strength, but also the fascinating footnotes, those rare encounters and exchanges that enrich the tapestry of human history. Human history is never a tale of isolation. Across continents and centuries, people have met, mingled, and shared, leaving traces of their journeys in our DNA. The Han genome tells a story of indigenous strength, resilience, and global links, an ongoing narrative shaped by both local roots and distant connections. Through the lens of DNA, we uncover both the deep roots and the far-reaching branches of the Han past, revealing a story that is both ancient and ever-evolving. Comparing Han Chinese and Japanese genetics reveals close ties. Both are part of the East Asian family. Migrations from the mainland, including Han ancestors, shaped Japan's gene pool, especially during the Yayoi and Kofun periods. But a key difference sets them apart: the Jomon people. Modern Japanese carry about 12% Jomon ancestry, a unique signature absent in the Han. This shows gene flow was mostly one way, from mainland to Japan. The Japanese archipelago became a genetic crucible, blending ancient hunter-gatherers with newcomers. The Han, expanding across the continent, followed a different path of admixture. These differences highlight the rich tapestry of East Asian history. The absence of Jomon DNA in the Han defines a clear genetic boundary. The Han story includes echoes from ancient cousins, Neanderthals and Denisovans. Like all non-Africans, Han Chinese carry 1–2% Neanderthal DNA, a legacy from early encounters. East Asians, including the Han, also have more Denisovan DNA than any other group. These archaic genes influence modern health, sometimes increasing disease risk, sometimes aiding adaptation. For example, certain Neanderthal and Denisovan variants are linked to diabetes and heart disease in East Asians. Studying this DNA helps us understand population-specific health risks. The genetic legacy of our extinct relatives is still shaping us today. Our evolutionary past is alive in our biology. The Han Chinese story, revealed by genetics, is an epic of migration, adaptation, and transformation. Genomic science now lets us see how ancient populations fused and how farming propelled a demographic wave across China. These discoveries reshape not just Chinese history, but our understanding of humanity. The Han journey is a case study in the forces that shape us all: geography, technology, and migration. Genetic comparisons and archaic DNA enrich this story, revealing a complex web of evolution. Each genome sequenced is a new chapter in our shared history. The Han are a mosaic, not a monolith, proof that all populations are shaped by many streams. We're learning to read the oldest history book of all, the one written within ourselves.